Welcome all of you. Today we start a topic that is accelerations in mechanisms. So earlier we have already discussed how to find out the velocities of different points on the mechanisms, and for that we are used two methods. One was polygon method, the other was instantaneous center method. With those methods we were in a position to find out the velocities of any point on a link with respect to any other point on a link. Now on the similar lines, now we are going to find out the acceleration of different points on the linkages, and for that we are going to make use of only one method, that is the polygon method. There is no IC method for acceleration. Only with the help of polygon method we are going to find out the accelerations of different points. Now let us first try to understand what is the meaning of acceleration here and from where the accelerations come into picture for the mechanisms. Before we do that, let's have some kind of a revision which we already know earlier. So as you know, in the case of linear, I'll just write here linear and then rotary. So for linear motion and for rotary motion, what terms, different terms we use. So here we say it is displacement. So when a particle is moving from here to here, we say it has moved by distance d. That is displacement. Now the similar term here is angular displacement. So the link is here, it goes here, and the measurement is in terms of angle. Here the measurement is in terms of distance, straight distance. This is angular movement. Then when you say velocity here, this is a linear velocity, and here it is angular velocity. Now for linear velocity, we divide the distance by time. Here angular velocity we denote by omega, and then here we divide the angle by time. Okay. Then there is a linear acceleration, which we say change in velocity per unit time. So this acceleration we show by dv upon dt, change in velocity upon time. And here what we say, it is denoted by the angular acceleration, and this is denoted by letter alpha, and this alpha angular acceleration is given by change in omega. So it is omega upon t. This is velocity upon t, and this is angular velocity upon t. Here the unit is, say, length unit upon second square. Here it is radians per second square. This is radians per second. This is millimeters or meters per second. So distance, angle, linear velocity, angular velocity, linear acceleration, angular acceleration. Now what is an example of linear acceleration? Suppose there is a vehicle, suppose there is a car. That car is moving with certain velocity. Initially its velocity is, like say here, initially velocity is say 10 kilometers per hour. After 5 seconds it becomes 20 kilometers per hour. So the change has taken place in the velocity. So the difference in velocity upon time, that is the acceleration, which all of us know. Now same thing here happens. Angular velocity was something, some radians per second at the start. Then it changes to some other value after a certain time. So whatever change has taken place in the angular velocity upon time, that becomes the angular acceleration. So any example for angular acceleration? Just think over. If you think of a, let us say, fan. Now when you switch on the fan, initially the fan is at rest, so its angular velocity is 0. So when you switch it on, then what happens? It slowly starts rotating. The blades start rotating, and its angular velocity goes on increasing and increasing and increasing, and then it becomes constant when it attains a certain speed. So till that time, the angular velocity increases from 0 to certain value. So during the time it increases from 0 to certain value, during that time interval t, the angular velocity changed from 0 to certain value. So this change upon time, that is omega upon time, that is the angular acceleration. Now suppose you change the fan speed from, let us say, on the regulator is on 2 and you change it to 3. So its speed is something corresponding to 2, and then when you change it to 3, the speed goes on increasing and it reaches the speed of 3. So between 2 and 3 there is a change in the angular velocity. So that change which has taken place in certain time, that change upon time, that becomes the angular acceleration. So this is, you can say, an example of angular acceleration. Linear acceleration examples we know. Let us say suppose I drop one chalk from here to here. Then because of gravity also is working like acceleration. So the velocity of the particle when you release from hand, initially it is 0 and then the velocity goes on increasing as it drops. So there is again change in velocity, but this is a linear velocity which comes under this type. Okay, so this is, I have not told you anything new. This is something which we are already aware, and we have just got a revision of what we already know. Now in this case what we are going to talk about is mechanisms, and in the mechanisms, as you know, and I will just draw a mechanism which all of us have say worked on earlier. So suppose this is a mechanism we have drawn. We have drawn this mechanism many times. Example. Now we know that there is one link which rotates like this. Because of that other links also rotate, and we have seen that this becomes omega 2. This also has got certain angular velocity, we call it as omega 3. This is omega 4 because this is link number 4, this is link number 3. So all these links, they have got their own angular velocities. Now these angular velocities, if they are constant, then there will not be any acceleration in the links. But if the angular velocity change, then there will be acceleration. Now there is one more thing to be noted here. We have said here just now that when the velocity changes, there is an acceleration. But this is a linear case. That means the velocity was here, then it has changed. So like say, suppose I show like this. This was the velocity, and then the velocity changed to a larger size, but then still it is in the same line. So the direction has not changed, only the magnitude has changed, and that is what case we have taken here in the case of linear. But in the case of angular, see what happens. In the case of angular, the velocity of a particle changes. We'll in fact come to know about that by some theory behind it. But what is just to be noted here is that angular acceleration will come into picture where we have to take into account different things. The velocity here changes by its magnitude also, it changes by its direction also. What is the effect of that? How the angular acceleration is to be noted, how the accelerations are worked out, that is what we are going to see. So with this background, now we'll go to the next step and try to find out how the accelerations are obtained. So just make a note of this. Okay, so now let us take the example of, say, one link like this. Now there is point A here, there is point B here, and then this is rotating with certain angular velocity like this. Okay, now we already know that velocity of B with respect to A is like this. Then this is equal to R into omega, and we have analyzed this earlier. We know what it is. So at this instant, the point B has got velocity in this direction, but at the same time the link is rotating. Now from where the angular acceleration comes into picture, that is what we are now going to see. Now initially let us assume that this angular velocity omega is constant, that means not going to change. That means after certain interval of time, this link will go, let's say, here. So this point B has come here, and now the velocity of B is like this. After a time interval t. Okay, and then it has moved certain angle. Let's say this angle that is moved is theta. Now, is there any change in the velocity? Is there any change in the velocity? Now you will see here that the magnitude is same. because omega is same, r omega, r omega. So there is no change in the magnitude, there is no change in the length of this vector, but then there is a change in the direction. The direction has changed, and direction is also one of the parameters, just like magnitude. So whenever we say that there is a change in velocity upon time, that change means change in direction as well as change in magnitude. Now here, as you see, magnitude has not changed, but the direction has changed. So because of change in the direction, also there is a acceleration existing. So this is called as, I'll just write here, components of acceleration. Normal. Normal component of acceleration, it is shown by symbol Fn. Acceleration is shown by letter F, and N stands for normal. So normal component of acceleration is Fn, and this is given by length into omega square. Now in this case, length is r and r is ab, multiplied by square of the angular acceleration. And here it is millimeters per second square. Now from where this has come, why it is so, for that if you want to understand that, I will just draw these two vectors like this. So one vector here, maybe I will draw in the same way. So this vector I will draw here. Then the next vector I will draw here. And the vector here, I'll call this vector x. And we'll also call this vector as v1. This is first velocity, this is second velocity. Okay, which is same in magnitude, but there is a difference in direction. So I'll call this as v1, this is v2, and then we will also write that v2, this vector is equal to this vector plus this vector. Vector v2 is equal to vector v1 plus vector x. Therefore, v2 minus v1 is equal to x. v2 minus v1 is equal to x. Now what is x? X is the change in the velocity. So this is telling you what has happened in the direction. Now what will be the magnitude here? What is the magnitude of this length? What will be the magnitude of x? You can see this angle theta is same as this angle theta. So if you are asked to find out the length of this line, then that length of the line, if the angle is small, then this length is equal to distance into angle in radians. So this distance into angle in radians. Now what is this distance? Well, right here. We already know that this is v is equal to r omega. So r omega into angle, that is theta. We'll call this as maybe small theta because it is, even this is also small. We are taking a small angle at a very small interval of time. So the magnitude of this particular line is this into this, where this is radians. Now this is the magnitude of difference. Now we know that acceleration is change in velocity upon time. So this is a change in velocity. Now if you divide this by time, that is going to give you the acceleration. So acceleration, if I write here, acceleration is equal to v2 minus v1 upon time. That means x upon t. And what is x? Magnitude of x is this r omega delta theta upon time. I'll write dt. So now you will find that this part is again omega. So it is r omega square. So this is the normal component of acceleration what we are talking about. normal component of acceleration is given by r into omega square. This is r is the distance, this radius, and then omega square. This is how omega square has come. So this is called as a normal component of acceleration. Now if you see this angle is very small, then this is almost perpendicular. And therefore this vector, normal vector, if you want to show, then this normal component vector is shown like this. So F normal component of acceleration, F normal is from this point to this point. So from B to A, this is the direction of F normal. So this is acceleration because of change in the direction. Now let's take one more example, that this omega is changing. So we are taking another example where the angular velocity at this instant was omega 1, and after a time interval, after the link rotates by delta theta, and when it comes here, the angular velocity is not same, it is changed to omega 2. In this earlier example, we have seen that the angular acceleration, the angular velocity doesn't change. So we have taken that omega. Now omega is not constant, it changes from omega 1 to omega 2. In this situation, what happens? That is what we are going to see. So you will notice here that the velocity vector, now suppose I draw the vector, that vector will be similar way if I draw, then first vector will be like this, and then the second vector will be like this. So you can see the velocity has increased because let us say omega 2 is more than omega 1. So angular velocity increase means the linear velocity increase, r into omega. So this is the situation now compared to what has happened here. Now in this situation, already this is there. That means normal component of acceleration is already going to be there. So whatever has happened here, this x bar, so there is a vector here, and this vector is the difference vector, and that difference vector is going to give you normal vector. So this will be still there, but because of change in the magnitude, see the magnitude has not changed here. Here the magnitude has changed. So now we are going to see what happens because of change in the magnitude. So suppose I draw, just show this initial vector here. So V1 was here this much and V2 is this much. So this is the difference. So I will call this difference as maybe delta V. Delta V. So this is a change in the velocity. Now this change in velocity means change in the magnitude of velocity. Now this has happened in time t. So now what happens? There is another component of acceleration that is like this one, now it is 2, tangential. So tangential component of acceleration, it is shown by letter Ft, and this is also there, which is given by length into alpha. Now how this has come? How this has come that we have found out. Now how this has come that we will come to know how it is. So what we now do is, here V2 minus so the difference in the length is delta V, which we know, and then the acceleration is equal to V2 minus V1 upon time, which is equal to dV upon dt. Now V is r omega, so I'll write here r omega. V is equal to r omega. So this, when you modify, r comes out, so it is d omega upon dt, which is equal to r into alpha. Therefore, if tangent is equal to r into alpha, and even here also it is we are adding this millimeters per second square, this also in millimeters per second square. Just put it in the box because this is a formula which we are going to use many times. So I am just putting it in a box. So the acceleration has got two components. One is a normal component given by r into omega square. Why it is so? This is the proof. Other component is tangential component of acceleration given by this expression. Why it is so? This is the proof. Now where is this component? Tangential component, it is here. It is in the same line, it is overlapping. So this is Ft and this is Fn. So whatever two components we have shown here, normal component like this, tangential component like this. Tangential component exists when there is a change in the angular velocity. And because of change in the angular velocity, alpha comes into picture, and that alpha into r is the tangential component. Suppose there is no change, this case, no change. When there is no change, there is no alpha. Therefore, Ft in this earlier case will be 0 because alpha is 0, quite obvious. Okay, so what this shows us that the acceleration exists. Now in this particular example, if you are asked to denote what is going to be acceleration of F normal of V relative to A is how much? So that is given by, as per this formula, length AB into omega square, and F tangential of B with respect to A is length AB into alpha. So for this expression, this is the thing. And suppose you want to show this in the form of a vector. We have already shown it in the form of a vector. Now when we are going to show this as a polygon, that time we have to draw the acceleration polygon, and in the acceleration polygon we start with a point like this. This is the point A, like last time we are showing by small letter. So acceleration of A is 0, so we are shown like this. And now these two components we have to show. How do we show this component? Now listen this very carefully. F normal of B with respect to A, that means you are now going to show this vector. Now this vector is, listen carefully, this vector is from capital B to capital A in the linkage diagram. That is what is shown. Here it is from A to B. That means when you show this vector, we have to show like this. This is Fn.